Hi there, and welcome to another video, which we are going to focus on two of the most popular printing technologies, parentheses, inkjet printing and laser printing. Have you ever wondered how laser printing and inkjet printing works in order to replicate digital files? Have you wanted to know some advantages or disadvantages associated with each of these types of printing technologies? Or maybe you wanted to know how inkjet printing and laser printing has improved compared to before. And we will also be covering which printing technology is more appropriate for different situations or scenarios where varied printing media needs to be printed on. Laser printers can melt some of these printing media, so sometimes inkjet printers have the advantage and sometimes laser printers do. We will be covering all of this after we roll out the intro. Okay, so within this video lesson, we have a few essential points / objectives which we want to cover. The first one is to have a general understanding of how laser and inkjet technology works in order to print pages from a digital file. The second one is to know disadvantages and advantages related to both of these printing technology types. The next one is going to be to know how inkjet and laser printing has improved and how the technology has evolved essentially. And our last objective is to know which type of printing technology is more appropriate for different scenarios where different media needs to be printed on. As I've mentioned before, sometimes laser printers are not optimal because they can melt some of the printing media, which is sensitive to heat, and usually the size format is a limit when it comes to laser printers. So sometimes it becomes to the point where there's not really a choice where you can use a laser printer, and sometimes we have to use inkjet technology even though it's not optimal. So let's start this video lesson with a brief overview of what these two printing technologies work. Let's just say how these printing technologies work in order to create prints onto physical media from a digital file. Printing systems which utilize inkjet technology use liquid ink and very tiny nozzles above the printing material, which next the processes work by ink which is dropped from the nozzles precisely onto the page. The way that this is accomplished varies from printer to printer, although most of them use heat and pressure to create droplets of ink which then fall onto the page due to the force of gravity. These printers need gravity to work, so it would not be suitable for other planets or different environments where low gravitational pull is present, as it would cause failure of the system to print. You shouldn't have to worry too much about that last point as long as you're on Earth or somewhere where like the gravity is normal. Now, how about laser printers? Laser printing technology can be described as being more complicated due to there being more processes involved with this printing technology, and this does mean that there are more possible points of failure, such as a fuser breaking or the drum-based imaging unit wearing out, Although most laser printers allow the user to easily change out the imaging unit and fuser with replacement parts, usually laser printers offer higher page yield, and when being compared to inkjet printers, due to their toner cartridges having a greater ability to hold more printing solution. Since this video is not going to go too much in detail about laser printers specifically, I will provide a basic summary of how they print. Laser printers have rollers which take in paper from the paper tray. Then there is a laser hitting a reflector which is aimed at a photosensitive imaging unit known as the drum. The static charge of the laser changes the static energy state of the drum on the areas which are hit by the laser only. The toner is charged in a way which it is attracted to the charge on the drum and then are attracted to stick to the drum. So the toner is being stuck to the drum using static electricity. The paper is fed through as the drum continues to rotate, transferring the toner onto the page. Then the page passes through a fuser assembly where heat and pressure fuse the toner onto the paper and then feed the paper into a output tray or bin. Note that laser prints are usually more permanent than printouts created using ink. Important notice about some laser printers. Note that some printers use modifications of either laser or inkjet technology, which have been done for the purpose of essentially improving them slightly. So, one example would be HP's page-wide technology series of printers, and the nozzles are aligned across the entire width of the page so that only the paper moves and not the cartridge, and this helps to improve the speed of printing. Be careful when you're buying a new printer, as some of the newer ones especially will slam the door on you when you try to print on a low cartridge and force you to replace the cartridge to resume the process of printing. I recommend that you do not try to refill toner, as it could release carcinogenic particles into the air, because refill toners are less sealed and could be a potential danger to the air quality around the printer. Let's summarize. Laser and inkjet printing technologies have different advantages and disadvantages, and one could be better over the other when it comes to printing in different scenarios and using different printing mediums. Inkjets are simpler than laser printers because they have simpler processes for printing and they have less possible points of failure. Laser printers usually offer lower cost per page and are better in printing text accurately. Do not use refill toners, and remember that some printers will lock up when they are running low on ink and toner. Some of them allow you to print until the toner is completely out, or when you want to, because the prints are faded. Although especially newer ones with chips managing them, it will tell the printer to basically block all new prints unless the toner or ink is changed out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have learned some more information towards inkjet and laser printing technologies. Please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, Boom Web Search, and have your notifications turned on so that you do not miss future content uploads. Also, if you have any video suggestions pertaining to technology, computer, software, gaming, computer hardware, etc., then please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next content upload. Bye!